Yeah, let me know when you guys are ready.
I am ready.
Yep, I got it started up and zeroed out and ready to go.
All right, shall we?
You
Hey,
did
internet!
sync. We didn't sync.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
Sorry, I'm really sorry.
I was all revved up, man. I got the bluest balls I've ever had.
Times were tough, so I sold my soul.
loaded everywhere.
That's right.
I don't think I'll ever regain control.
Now,
Devil looked me in the eye, now I look the other way. What else could I do? I just stared at the doorway, knew I'd rather be drunk with you.
Hey, internet! Highway 47 is raring to go. We're like a stallion, you know, just like, you know, man. Yeah. I'm Shaggy B, and with me is Draco Funk.
hey, 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 hey.
That's right, and also with us is Scrodrick.
I'm so confused right now.
Well, that's good because it is sort of a 4-drink minimum tonight in that I am going to participate. And Vomit's not with us, but we're not doing a Marvel movie. And we're not doing Godzilla. We are celebrating the end of Season 2 of Next Generation by watching Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan tonight. Back to our roots. And, you know, it's a good movie that we all know and love very well. And if you don't, well, strap in. It's actually really good, even independent of like Star Trek. It's just a good movie. So Drago Funk, tell us some things about Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
So, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan came out June 4th, 1982.
Summer release, okay.
Has an IMDb rating of 7.7, which I actually think is low.
Well, 82 was a kind of a golden era of movies, right? And that's one of the things that both works for and against this film. Like, this movie perpetuated the franchise and really, like, you know, it really cemented Star Trek as a long-lasting thing, and it did that in 1982. But by the same token, it was overshadowed by lots of other
E.T.,
great movies. Like, yeah, E.T.,
Blade Runner,
Return of the Jedi.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Yeah.
Poltergeist, Conan the Barbarian, Rocky 3, Tron,
Prawn, yep.
Grease 2,
Grease 2?
I mean,
The Dark Crystal, The Beastmaster,
Right.
Slumber Party Massacre.
I don't know that one, but okay.
What? The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas?
That one, yeah.
Halloween 3, The Last Unicorn, Airplane 2, the sequel.
Which also starred William Shatner.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, he was absolutely... He's hilarious in Airplane 2.
Huh.
Yeah.
What else came out in 1982?
All sorts
The
of things.
Last American Virgin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, the point is that even in that year, this managed to be a successful movie that was pretty popular and you know, didn't launch a franchise, but sort of kickstarted the franchise into survival, and you know, begat everything else we know of Star Trek. Basically, well, literally after that. The Star Trek was at a point where Leonard Nimoy did not want to be a part of it anymore. You know, and the success of this movie basically changed his mind. So yeah, it's a good movie. But I think that IMDb number probably is a little bit artificially low, just because, you know, the people who would have seen it in theaters at the time also would have seen E.T. and all that other whole list that you said. And compared to those, maybe it's not quite as good. But, you know, if this movie came out 10 years later or today, it would be a solid 8, maybe a 9, I think.
Hey, you know what was number 68? The 68th movie that came out in 1982?
What's that?
Six Pack.
Ooh.
So that's one we did.
Mm.
And six pack was 68. E.T. was number 1, Blade Runner was 2, Annie was 3, The Thing was 4, Fast Times and Ridgemont High was 5, Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan came in at 15.
I'd say that's respectable. I would suggest that there are not that may be among the highest places that any Star Trek movie got out of that year's releases, with possible exception of 2009 for the novelty factor, and because we were all excited. Little did we know it was going to be like every other sci-fi movie of the 2000s.
It
But anyway,
started out okay. The 09 one I think I saw 3 times in theaters.
it was like, yeah, you know, it was like,
I was hopeful, and then, just like the way I never learn.
Yeah, it did not dash my hopes as immediately as the Phantom Menace did. I'll give it that much.
Or
yeah,
The Force Awakens.
Yeah, true. But yeah, very good movie. I own this movie. In fact, this was the first home video VHS movie to be sold ever. And I own a copy of that release. I don't own a copy of the second VHS release, which has the it's part of the first 5 movies box set that formed the picture of the Enterprise A, and then they tacked on 6 at the end. I own this on DVD, the director's cut, which is the version we're watching tonight, and I actually also own this on Blu-ray as part of the Star Trek trilogy 2, 3, and 4. And I have seen this movie in the theater, despite not having been born when it came out. I made it to the re-release a few years ago.
The 35th anniversary.
Yeah.
So September 2017.
Yeah, that's when it was.
Which I have also seen it in theaters. Same thing, not the same place, but...
Oh,
yeah.
I did not get to see the re-release in theaters. I did own the home video version of this and Star Trek 3. Not part of the Enterprise A picture version.
Mm-hmm.
These were both. It was like a weird, like a collage version. But I had those two both on VHS. They were the first. These were the first. This was actually the first Star Trek movie I ever saw.
I think the first one I ever saw was 5.
This was the first one I ever saw, because this is the one you introduced me to Star Trek with.
Because I chose the best example of Star Trek that existed at the time to show it to you. Yeah, exactly.
This was the first Star Trek movie I saw. The second one I saw was Star Trek 3, and then the next one I saw was Star Trek 5, and then Star Trek 1. Or the motion picture, I should say. It was some years later before I saw 4 and 6. I could have gone on 6 in the theaters, and I just wasn't able to at the time, and I'm very sad by that.
Yeah. This one, the first one I saw in theaters was Generations. I didn't get to see Insurrection or First Contact in the theaters because they didn't come to my hometown. But I saw Nemesis and then the 3.
Some bullshit when they didn't release First Contact in our theater.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so we have a long history with this movie. We know it in and out and upside down. We're watching the director's cut, which is available on DVD. Look for the silver box. That's kind of a big box because there's 2 discs in it, with a lot of special features in it. This version may or may not be streaming anywhere. They're pulling Star Trek off of Hulu, and God knows which version they put on those things anyway. So I don't know what to tell you as far as which one to watch, but Scrodrick will tell you how to watch it.
Yeah, so you're gonna want to set your phasers to open your fucking DVD player, and no. So, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. So open your DVD player, put in the DVD. Hopefully it's the right one. We'll try to give you a few audio cues. Like maybe you should point out when there's the scenes that are differentiating. That way it can be like, oh, I'm watching the wrong version. But we'll get you started. Make sure you start your movie, pause it, rewind it to the very beginning, then we'll give you a 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and you should be synced up with us.
All right. Well, that is the whole deal as far as I'm aware. Is there any other business to attend to?
Subscribe to our channel, donate to
Yeah,
our
and
Patreon.
that's right. Join the Wrath of Khan tier, and you can listen to this commentary that you're already listening to, which we released for free also.
Hey, if you join at the Wrath of Khan tier, which we don't actually have, so if you just join, we'll give you a shout out on a video that we'll release in the future.
Yeah.
Shout out, well, like right now, we could be giving a shout out to all our Patreon members. They'd be on the screen right now if we had any.
Yeah, we could be like, thank you, Skunk Nuts 42069
Yeah,
at gmail.com.
Thank you. Shits from shoes.
It's at gmail.com. Well, I'm ready to watch this movie. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. This is Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan Director's Cut, and we'll start it together in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Smash
Uh,
that like button.
That's right.
Like that mountain.
That's right. Hit the bell or something.
A Gulf Plus Western company. Paramount Pictures presents. The brass section, that's what they present.
Oh, there
My
is some
favorite
French
theme.
There is some French horn fucking acrobatics in this theme.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I got to see this in the theater.
It honestly was way better in the theater. Like, and I mean, not to make Draco Funk even more sad than he already is, but like it really came alive. Particularly compared to watching this on Blu-ray, because you can still see the mats around the ship models as the models are flying past on Blu-ray on like a plasma screen. Yeah, just this in Star Trek 3 and 4 are just as bad, if not worse, with that for the Blu-ray. Yeah, this movie really should be on the big screen. The soundtrack is better. In fact, I noticed things in the soundtrack that I've never noticed any other time. Like little noises on the bridge in certain places and bits of dialogue from crew members and stuff that just I've never been able to catch on any other version.
Yeah, I own this
go
on
ahead.
VHS and twice on DVD. I have the original, the theatrical release, and the director's cut. I also own the soundtrack.
I think I own the soundtrack, but I did buy a CD of bootleg covers of all the Star Trek themes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
They were all good versions, but they were definitely alternate recordings.
This was the first Star Trek movie soundtrack I bought.
I bought the soundtrack for First Contact actually when it came out, which is a pretty good soundtrack. It's not quite as iconic.
I also bought that one.
I am going to open myself a drink. I am drinking Mask Fusion's Yerba Mate Hard Tea Lemon Ginger with Blue Agave because it looked unique and interesting, and it was only 4%. And I kind of figured that I would end up drinking this and the beer that was already in my fridge, so I didn't want something too strong. Directed by Nicholas Meyer. First movie he ever directed, also. He was not a Star Trek fan.
This is James Horner, isn't it?
Yes. That title card there in the 23rd century, and Nicholas Meyer put in specifically for his father, who didn't know anything about Star Trek. The same with the Spock ears, the first shot. He's like, what are the things people know about Star Trek? Oh, the ears.
Very submarine here.
Mm-hmm. Which I think was a good change. Not to say that, starships are going to operate exactly like submarines, but
I mean, really, the distances they're going to be engaging in combat in are going to be huge. You know?
Yeah.
I love the no smoking sign.
It's not going to be like the JJ Trek where they're like right on top of each other and there's just a bunch of shit happening all the time.
Right.
They did what in one episode of Babylon 5 try and show a battle at distances like that.
Well, what was the name of the guy? Harv Bennett?
Yeah.
Is that the name of the guy? Who was like the sort of visual effects sort of guy for this one. One of the things he talked about in some of the special features were how like how, space battles didn't make any sense because of the distances and all that stuff. And like, but and he's like, you can't do a dogfight between spaceships because it just wouldn't work because of this and that. And so finally they kept insisting on, he's like, well, why don't you put it in a nebula? And yeah.
Not reused footage.
Ammo.
Oh no, Sulu's dead. Oh no, Uhura's dead.
No.
And Bones is dead.
The scene was also a way to get ahead of the marketing of, Spock's gonna die in this one. They show him die at the beginning, and then everybody could like not believe it was real when it, cut to this part.
I remember being very confused until that happened.
Mm-hmm. And William Shatner, a god in his own right, emerges from the divine light. Oh, wait.
Clean up, crew. Clean up these consoles.
Yeah.
The ship buckled after one torpedo.
I don't know, communications officer.
This is part of that scene was part of the director's cut.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was on the other one. He just came out through the door.
Oh, the little the sign,
Yeah.
like the restaurant sign in the hallway. Yeah.
So I really didn't know anything about the Star Trek movies before I saw them.
I had seen The Trouble with Tribbles. I think that's the only original series I'd ever seen before I saw all of the movies.
I saw several of the
Check out the Commodore.
episodes.
Check out the Commodore pet he's got over in the window there. Ah, booze.
Remember the Romulan ale party we had?
I remember some of it.
That is the first time I met Vomit.
Yeah, I believe that. He made it to a chair after he drank a glass of that stuff, but he didn't make it
He was
anywhere else.
dressed in a Star Trek uniform.
Was he?
From The Next Generation, yeah.
Oh, cool. I love that face. I mean, I remember being really young and finding this particular scene really boring.
Already what's happened in this movie is, Star Trek, the motion picture, they were so serious the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like one of the 1950s movies,
Mm-hmm.
where everybody's serious all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is, they feel like they're the actual characters again.
Ah, Reliant. So, fun fact about the Reliant. It's upside down. And by that I mean, like, the person who designed the ship designed it, upside down from the way it is on screen.
Yeah.
And whoever the director was, Nick Meyer, was like in Tunisia or, Egypt or somewhere doing something else, and was, corresponding with the design team by mail. And it was like, last minute, and they kept, going over designs and rejecting, and finally sent that one to him for final approval. And he approved it by signing it, but he signed it, with the page upside down, and then mailed it back. And so they got it, and they're like, what do we do? We don't have any time. So they just made the ship upside down. And that's why Reliant has its nacelles on the bottom.
That happened with the Enterprise, too.
Oh, yeah?
In the original series. The Enterprise was supposed to be the other way around.
Thermionics. That sounds like a cult. Like, man, Richard just never talks to us anymore since he got wrapped up in that thermionics.
Does he not know that's his dad?
I'm not sure.
You know, there was a Reddit thread about this today in the Star Trek sub Reddit sub forum thingy.
Yeah.
So the question they posed was, you know, this is not SETI Alpha 6. This is SETI Alpha 5.
Yeah, it is.
SETI Alpha 6 exploded.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did Starfleet not notice a whole planet exploded?
That is a good question.
And did nobody think to, like, mention to Starfleet that a 20th century supervillain was just, like, hanging out on SETI Alpha 5?
I guess. Well, I guess I would assume that they would try to choose like a pretty remote planet to put them on. So maybe SETI Alpha is like way the fuck out on the edge of everything.
But still, I mean, didn't the French, like, kind of keep tabs on Napoleon?
Or maybe after Talos 4, they're like, okay, the Enterprise said not to go here, so don't fucking go here. And everybody listened.
Yet, here's Reliant.
Yep.
I
I
mean,
mean,
they're
check
like
off.
the B team.
Yeah, they are. They can't even fly their ship the right side up. I mean, what the
They're like, yeah, maybe like the D team. I don't know.
f?
Well, you know, didn't anybody... I mean, Chekhov obviously knows once he realizes, but didn't he think, I wonder, you know, I'm going to SETI Alpha 6. I wonder what's happening on SETI Alpha 5 with that con guy we left.
Well, you know, there is a canon explanation for that.
Well, I know he wasn't technically there,
Yeah, he wasn't in the episode Space Seed.
but he recognizes,
True.
you know, like, he recognizes the Botany Bay. Moby Dick. I want to imagine, like, he's been SETI Alpha. What did I know about this system?
Oh, that SETI Alpha. It's like, oh, that North Korea, you know?
They just let their captain beam down. I've always wondered, did anybody actually go back to SETI Alpha 5 to get the Reliance crew, or are they still there to forming a new society?
They all died because they weren't genetically superior.
Maybe they wound up on the Saratoga. They got taken over by the probe later.
Which is amazing because he wasn't on the ship.
Totally watching a Murder, She Wrote episode with Ricardo Montalban in it earlier today. He was trying to seduce some woman. And the actress wasn't good enough of an actress to not show that it was working. like, whatever the actress was totally into it, but the character wasn't supposed to be, and it was like really awkward. All right, whatever it was, tea number 2 tastes pretty good. It's got that ginger spice to it.
Don't you guys remember the eugenics war like 25 years ago?
Yeah, man.
We made it, remember?
Yeah, it was like almost like 30 years ago.
No, 1996.
It was 92 to 96, wasn't it?
Oh, well, I guess it ended in 96, yeah.
Yeah, so
See?
30 years ago.
Love the way he says Admiral.
I know, right? So threatening.
He takes a 2-syllable word and turns it into a 3-syllable word.
Check out that picture of an oscilloscope on that fake TV screen over there that's supposed to be an oscilloscope on the wall.
The Reddit question was, what would cause SETI Alpha 6 to just explode?
Well, I mean, we have an asteroid belt that theoretically had the same thing happen.
Yeah, but I think that's because of collisions during the formation of the solar system.
Maybe this is a new solar system. I love these little militaristic motives in the background on the soundtrack here.
Oh, these are completely ripped off from Prokofiev.
Yeah, but they have the intended effect.
So did they not notice that there was one less planet in the system when they entered the solar system?
They didn't run a scan.
Look for life forms on this weird field of rocky debris. Huh, that's strange. Anyway, are there any bacteria?
Wasn't his wife from the Enterprise crew?
I don't remember.
Wasn't she the historian who went with him?
That might have been. I always interpreted that moment as he forgot the word grow. Later, as they It's a thing that organisms do. Grow. That's it.
Oh, he got a Captain America ear.
Admiral. Oh. Oh, there he is.
Admiral Kirk, you're getting a call from Khan.
Recycled footage. Is this the? Did they get the aspect ratio wrong in the director's cut too on the docking scenes? Because they recycled the footage from the motion picture. Oh yeah, and that bad edit where they cut off Sulu's line right there, and they didn't fix that for the director's cut, but they did for the Blu-ray. I distinctly remember that. The Blu-ray version, they fixed that weird edit. No, they got the aspect ratio right. On the VHS, instead of shrinking the frame right here, they or cropping the frame, they just squish it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the original VHS. But the rest of the movie's fine.
Was this where the extra bit comes?
Right
yet.
after this. Right back.
Ignore the Asian. Like that one older guy is like, man.
Your engine room was always a shit show back in the 60s.
Like how this Enterprise has Voyager's warp core. This is the director's cut
This
part.
is the scene, yeah. In the original, he took that breath and then they cut.
If you just didn't hear ribbing, you're watching the wrong version.
Exactly. We were watching the ribbed for your pleasure version. Yeah, procedures. Let's go for a joyride.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, punch it.
Yeah. Red alert.
This is what happens when we skip procedure.
Yeah. Notice that the no smoking sign is gone. At least from that door. Because it's not the fake bridge anymore.
Too bad they're not in space dock.
I know, right? Oh, shit.
Oh. Well, you know what I meant. I meant like the big
mushroom.
Yeah.
And we're all witnessing your first time. Oh.
Wasn't she on Sex in the City? So there's probably a joke there, but I never watched that show.
And no, she was on Cheers.
Well, yeah.
So that means like she was with what was the captain's name of the
Kelsey Grammer, yeah.
Yeah.
Captain somebody of the Bozeman.
Yeah.
Bozeman?
No, wait for me.
Yeah.
I
Don't
didn't
launch! The warp core's leaking!
I didn't close the panel.
I'm still tethered to the ship.
Oh, and the deflector's blue now.
That means we're in the future. Wait.
Well, in the motion picture, it was orange.
That's right. Well, we've moved past the 70s into the 80s.
To Risa we go.
Steady Alpha 6. That's where I want to go.
Commodore. They're doing pretty well these days.
It's no Steve Day. He's breaking the rules.
We're doing sexy science here. With the sexometer.
Hmm.
May I be sexy at you, sir?
If you would have done better, we wouldn't recast you in the next movie.
Mm-hmm. I think she turned it down.
She did. Uh-oh.
No, you're not.
Start gesturing wildly. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's the hands up. Like, what the fuck? You know?
This is also director's cut.
Yes, this one. This is the one I was trying to think of earlier that I Google reviews to check.
If you do not have the director's cut, Spock is now meditating.
If you do have the director's cut, Spock is now meditating.
I meant
You remember in Star Trek 6 when he meditates, but he's all like, "Yeah, fuck it, everything's fine."
hmm
I used to get those two scenes confused.
they're doing away with all the conflict of the last movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Unlike Captain Decker.
Yeah. Oh, with his minuscule testicles.
And didn't the guy that played Captain Decker, wasn't he like, didn't he end up being like something horrible? Like a pedophile or something? Like the
Eh.
actor?
He turned out not to be a great guy, yeah.
Yeah. So,
want to believe that like that order was just because whatever the hell energizers are, just Captain Jim Kirk, like the officer himself, just has a fucking horrible grudge against the device called an energizer. And he's like, "Well, I'm in command. We won't use any fucking energizers on my ship.
Yeah,
None of that.
we're Duracell.
None of that communist fucking energizer shit here on the Enterprise. Not on my ship. I don't care if they're regulation."
It's not being too much of a hurry.
I love this. They just don't write lines like that anymore. And furthermore, they don't deliver lines like that anymore.
I mean, this is really just Moby Dick into space.
It is, and that's the thing. Like they make the allusion to literature without like rubbing your nose in it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they kind of did. I mean, they had the copy of Moby Dick in the Botany Bay.
Yeah. I guess I don't know.
I guess it's not really rubbing your nose in unless you know unless you're looking for it.
Yeah. I guess I can't be fair about it without like seeing a side by side with something that pissed me off in Lower Decks, you know?
I'm gonna show the doctor too all this like classified material.
Well, you know, the Triumvirate has to have their meeting before they stab Caesar or something. This, I believe, is the final of the whatever it was, the ginger or something tea.
Super top secret Starfleet Command information. I'm gonna show it to my friend the doctor as well.
I love that the computer has those dissolve effects. Really good acting there. Looked totally calm, but the vein on his temple is fucking bulging out. You guys there?
Yep.
Okay.
Like how does the Genesis wave make mountains?
Magic. Base magic.
I mean,
The secret. Well, see, by the 23rd century, they figured out that the secret to life is plate tectonics.
I mean, that might actually be true, but how does how do you make plate tectonics?
With the Genesis device. Did you not watch the fucking video?
Hmm.
I believe I have just received a Discord message.
Scrodrick, you there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I did just receive a Discord message from my brother-in-law. That's my brother-in-law complimenting me on a music I chose for his D&D character thing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, the problem was that I forgot to actually forgot about the music during the D&D session where I wanted it. And so at the end I was like, wait, shit, I had music for these things. And I was like, I'll just send you the music. And he appreciates it. Anyway.
It's one of the best things from James Horner.
Yes.
I wonder how many bows they broke doing this.
Well, most string players will keep a spare bow for a Colenio playing. But they wouldn't have had like carbon bows at the time. They might have had fiberglass glasser bows. So hopefully they all just went and bought cheap glasser bows and just used those.
I just imagine them playing, and then every now and then they just smack their instrument.
Yeah, like literally, you turn the bow sideways or upside down, and you just whack it on the strings to get that sound. That's how you do it.
Oh, I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is.
They're mic'd really good. I love how smug he is.
I know, right?
You should zip your coat up, dude. That might be why it's so cold.
Fuck him up, Joachim. Yeah.
Oh,
Man, if Khan didn't want to gloat, they'd be f***ed.
well, he probably would have finished him if he would have got Genesis.
The film grain on the subspace transmission. One of my favorite things about this movie is that Khan and Kirk never did a scene on the same stage on the same day. Like, the two of them never were face to face at any point in filming. They never filmed scenes at the same time.
Hmm.
Despite starring in the movie opposite each other, they never, ever actually acted face to face. And you don't realize that until someone points it out.
Akeem, do we have like some, like, what would they eat?
My officers are smashed.
Which is
Yeah.
they're with their bridge.
Now that was the thing behind the bridge, I think.
Impulse engines.
Yeah. He looks like he was reading that off a thing. Like, they damaged the photon, which is, again, pretty good acting for the situation, because how the fuck would he know what those are?
Like the girl on the back with the fire extinguisher, like, fire?
Like-
Fire?
Oh, that badly.
Scotty, you should have taken him to sick bay.
That was Scotty's "look what you've done" phase.
Uh,
Then he just decided he liked food more than anything else after that.
I mean, you know, you got to drown your sorrows in something. Speaking of which, this is New Glarus Brewing Company's Mocha Berry Bock, which is very good and given to me by a homosexual man of the cloth. Who
See, if you
is-
would have taken him straight to sickbay, he would have been fine.
That's right.
Delayed care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait, he was just talking. Like, what the
And then the little why, that's also part of the director's cut in this conversation. But not me. I'm the good doctor.
This is all director's cut. Enterprise just approached Regular One. Slow down, Enterprise.
like that?
I'll tell you what's inside that station. Peter Preston's revenge.
It's a Class D planet.
That's right. You know what I liked about Star Trek 2 that they kind of like did away with in later movies was the color coded shoulder straps
Yeah.
for the different departments, and the dickies too that were color coded. Like the command was white, but everybody else was different.
Yeah. I do like these uniforms better than the motion picture. So I've always wondered this. Were there phasers on kill before?
Probably.
Or do you have to turn the phasers on?
Notice that Kirk is the only one who's popped his collar in this scene.
Well, wouldn't you?
If I was Captain Kirk. JBK synthostasis.
Geoplastics. Oh yeah, we beam people over there.
I'm not crazy. I'm not under mind control at all. You sure it's not SETI Alpha 6?
Starfleet goes back, the next ship. SETI Alpha 5? I don't know. See it. Oh well.
You know, one of DeForest Kelly's best attributes as an actor is he's a really good listener. Like, he's really good at reacting to what he's hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Not all actors are good at that.
Remember, buy the book.
You know, wink, wink. If I were to say this in a way that Khan wouldn't get.
God damn it. That's what she said.
The walls in there look 3D printed.
You can't kill William Shatner. He's got to live to be at least like 90.
Yeah, I killed that other guy.
Yeah, but he wasn't William fucking Shatner. You don't just kill William Shatner. He has to go to space. I love how Chekhov's smartwatch is like 5 times the size of actual smartwatches that we have today.
It's a super smart watch.
It's a genius watch.
Ugh. It's gross. That's what it is.
Kill it. Where's the other one? Oh wait, it's gone. Never mind. Man, the gigantic Starfleet insignia on his jacket too. I just realized that.
Yep.
Is there a survival kit in there?
It's full of rations. Oh man, it's about to happen. We should do it in unison. You ready?
I guess.
It's coming soon, guys.
Man, I gotta take a drink first.
I know, right?
Hurry.
Yeah, I just finished a beer. Like I'm. It's almost here. Almost here. Here we go. Okay, just a few more seconds.
Face to face, man to man.
Almost there. Here we go. Here we go. Gone! Gone! Gone!
Man, he really got off on that.
I mean, wouldn't you if somebody was screaming your name in fear? Wait, what? That's weird. I'm sorry. I mean, who would like? I mean, what? I mean, you know, I'll be back. I'll be back, guys. All right.
Chekhov's sleeping off the worst hangover ever.
Here, just
I mean,
hold
if-
this up to keep your brain from spilling out.
I suppose he's deaf in his right ear now. Nah, they can probably heal eardrums in the future.
With a pill.
Yeah, probably.
Grew a new liver.
I mean, it works. Yeah, kidneys. It works for kidneys. Oh man. Oh no, shit, I have another. No, I don't. Okay, I thought I had it. All right, okay. This is my last beer. It's another. What is this? Samuel Smith's Organic Chocolate Stout, which is one of the tastiest beers I've ever had. Also given to me by the man of the cloth, who actually he didn't give me this one as a Christmas gift. He tried to give it to one of his brothers, like his biological brothers, and he didn't like it. So he's like, oh, well, he doesn't like it, so do you want it? And I'm like, hell yeah, I do. It's like liquid chocolate and beer. Tasty.
He's my son. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, a cat just walked in here and scared the crap out of me. You know how you're sitting down and suddenly there's something like touching the spot, like right behind your, on the back of your knee?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. Just sitting here, suddenly there's like something very lightly touching me there. Chekhov's like, I'm pretending not to hear any of this.
Well, he can't hear shit. His ear exploded. All he hears is pain.
Yeah, what we don't know is actually his left ear the worm came out of. He's just holding that other one up to the other side so he doesn't have to listen to this.
Good, Joaquin.
He's like, Kirk's just gonna bone again. That's sick of hearing it. His bunk was right above mine on the Enterprise.
I have one question about this.
Yeah, where did they get the fiber optics for the waterfall?
Well, not only that, it's just the whole, the light source. Did they like?
There's a sun in there.
Yeah.
They
Space
found
light
an
bulb.
asteroid that has a sun in the core of it. No, he did twice before that.
Good thing we don't need to speak in code anymore. Oh, shit. I'm good.
I love James Horner, but he ripped a lot of these licks directly from the Battle from the Ice.
Good thing those pipes have hex connectors, so you can use a giant ass fucking, spanner to tighten them.
Yeah. I love how Enterprise can just like hold station, you know.
Ah, the casket. Oh. Not like watching the
Like-
coffin loading sequence.
Good thing they improved torpedo launchers to not have like grates you have to remove by hand with
Yeah,
like
really.
12 people.
Maybe they had the Enterprise set up for like trainee, operations.
Well,
so they
that's
had
true.
to like they put them through the hazing of like, well, this is how we did it 100 years ago. So you have to do all the bullshit that's not necessary now because you're.
Or these are the safety grates so the cadets don't accidentally like fire torpedoes.
Yeah, right.
Or do it as a prank,
Right. Okay, I can see the matting around the ship even on this DVD version.
Well, they fired Steve out the torpedo tube again.
That's what I say.
Is it seconds instead of minutes?
2.2 minutes is 2 minutes 24 seconds. No. 2 minutes and some seconds.
2.4 seconds.
2 minutes and 12
A little
seconds.
over
I
2
never
minutes.
understand this. They're like, explain it to him. Fire a torpedo kind of close to them.
Yeah.
Instead of like,
Oh.
fire a fucking torpedo at them. Hi, I'm a civilian.
They don't look like a tennis player from the 80s.
Genesis! Man, I can't wait till Star Trek 3.
Dennis says it's forbidden planet.
Planet forbidden!
Oh, that's
Genesis allowed is not! That guy's awesome.
Who told you that won't work?
Yeah, he forgot because he's super intelligent.
Also,
Wait.
old and senile.
Yeah.
I mean, I would try too.
It's worth a shot.
Like, Joaquim's the one that's actually smart, but he's not the alpha dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Dad's losing it in his later years.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to see
Only
it like
Joaquim
a
would
death,
have had the balls.
That's
want to
right.
see a death match between David and Joaquim.
I think Joaquim would win.
Probably. David's a little bitch.
Kinda, yeah. I want to see a death match between Sulu and Joaquim, though. That'd be a good fight.
Yeah.
Sulu has never done anything but kick ass.
Don't
Give
call
him
me tiny.
new Sulus, extendable katana.
Right, yeah.
I love that. Aft torpedoes fire! The fist up. By the way, that's the title card.
man.
What is that pulsing?
Oh, it's making me like have to Geloja.
Oh man, if only you could do
Had a-
anything but piss yourself in your chair.
Got a Gatorade bottle right here.
Oh man.
Oh, my Geloja bottle's gone.
Well, just gonna have to go on the floor, man.
Oh, we're immolated again. Yeah.
Right into the torpedo tubes. Right onto the bridge.
There we go.
Chekhov is the only person in Starfleet who knows how to fire torpedoes from the Enterprise.
Two-dimensional?
Go up. There we go. Go down. Dive, dive.
Dive! Dive! Yep.
Does he have anybody that's like piloting the ship? Or is it just him on the bridge?
Hmm.
Torpedo time!
Oh,
I mean, couldn't you get somebody to like look out the window?
That is a good
It-
point.
that's where the windshield view screen would have been handy.
True.
I guess he did have some people left.
Well, not anymore.
Bum, 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 bum.
And look at all the wiring mess. No wonder Starfleet bridges explode.
Really? Cable management, not a thing in the 23rd century?
Missing some fingers. Yeah.
They sure made it hard to turn that on.
I mean, you don't want to bump it and it destroys all matter and recreates it.
Well, I know that, but just how about one of those little flippy switches where you have to open it up and then hit the button?
Or like a password. Password would be a good idea.
Ooh.
Type in Con can suck my balls 42069 exclamation point one. You'd never guess that one.
Oh man. Don't tell him my password, man.
Ricardo
Bleep all that out.
Montal bitch. You know what I mean? That's a good thing we can smoke on the bridge since we're all going to die.
So when I saw this movie in theaters, I had my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Mhm.
And we're hitting, when I saw it, we're getting close to 4 p.m. when I was in the theater.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I realized Do Not Disturb does not turn off your, alarms.
Oh. Fun
Because
fact. Oh,
there
go
was
ahead.
a quiet
little-
moment and
Sorry.
my alarms went off. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was, yeah.
That little horn thing right there is completely lifted from Battle on the Ice. Would those plexiglass shields actually stop radiation?
Yeah, if they're infused with what the fuckium,
Transparent
With
lead?
We literally have windows like that right now.
So yes.
I mean, but we don't know how much radiation that's putting out either,
Or
it
what
is enough
kind
to
of radiation.
immediately kill him,
It could totally be a kind of radiation we don't know about yet. It could be epsilon radiation.
We're just super high volume since it can propel the ship so fast.
Right. I love that whatever's wrong with this thing is just something you just reach in and go tweak, and then it's good. Also, he spends about 3 seconds with his face in it.
Oh, yeah, to see what was going on. Yeah.
Just to hasten his own death so he doesn't suffer as much, I guess.
Where are the goggles? They should have some helmets back there.
Yeah, some sort of helmet.
No, we need to be about 70,000 kilometers away to start.
Yes, to quote Captain Ahab. So, It just eats the nebula.
Yeah. It's like an implosion, except the rings are part of it because physics.
You okay there? You okay there?
He was attacked by ninjas.
Shaggy B? Shaggy B?
Yep, attacked by ninjas.
You okay there?
Am I okay there?
Yeah?
Yeah, some shit kind of fell down. It was fine.
Ah,
Don't worry,
defeated the ninjas. Okay.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's good. It's good.
So we had to watch this in my 11th grade English class after we read Moby Dick
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because my English teacher was kind of cool.
that's actually pretty fucking badass.
And, you know, I'd seen it before, but like there's all these people who only knew a little bit about Star Trek and had never, you know, like never seen this. Like they were really concerned, like because of this, they didn't know how this could happen.
And like right about now is when my alarm went off. It was great.
Did it have like a fun ringtone?
No, it was okay.
Oh,
If it would have got to my third ringtone, that would have been the get the out of here. What are you
That
doing, you stupid idiot?
Dude, I would pay you money to have that go off in a theater.
We're all dead. Get the out.
Actually, no, I'd buy the burner phone to just plant it in the theater.
Oh God. I wanted to smash my phone when that happened. I was like, fuck. There was a really nice old lady sitting in front of me that like talked to me before the movie, and I was like, oh,
your face is peeling a little bit.
They should have like lightly cooked up some egg whites and put those like underneath his eyes.
Uh,
Would have looked amazing.
Is that sarcasm?
And there's the Triforce there.
oh,
That's the secret.
He had to readjust the Triforce in the thing.
Yeah, that's Ginyu or something. One of the three fates of the something was. I don't fucking. I can't remember Zelda lore.
Where's Sulu?
Someone has to fly the ship.
Despite making fun of him so much, that's actually some of his best acting.
Mm-hmm.
There's Sulu.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
You know, like Spock and all, but why don't they shoot Peter Preston down there too?
Yeah. Well, yeah, true. Well, maybe he still had family elsewhere. Oh, wait. I love that he's chilling a titanium wine bottle there. Man, life lessons,
Words.
It's a new year. Let's talk about death, man. No, that's not. I kind of wish he still had the blood stain on his uniform in this scene. So this whole end of the movie was not a part of the original cut. And they did like test screenings where they just did the funeral and then it ended.
Ugh.
And the audience was just devastated. And they were like, you can't just leave it there. So yeah.
I like how David and Savick are already hanging out. Huh. The torpedo soft landed.
Yeah, that was the Mark 6 soft land torpedo.
Oh yeah, the ones that you
fire it
know.
at a ship, and if it's rude to them, then it explodes.
Yes.
No, we're going to warp. Here we go. Oof.
Oh I'm going so fast.
We have to wait for the after credits scene.
Oh yeah. Yeah, where they foreshadow the next movie.
No, I think they just did that.
Oh yeah, right. Oh, hey, Kevin Sullivan was in this.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the blade job. That's how they got the blood for Kirk's jacket. Bill Couch Sr. and Jr. were in this. Well, not in it, but
It's pronounced
involved
Cooch.
in the making. Oh, gotcha.
No, I'm like serious about that.
And there's John Robotham.
So, how would you rate this, Scrodrick?
Probably an 8.5. Like, it
Yeah.
holds up really well for an older movie.
Shaggy B?
Yeah, well, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, if I had never seen another movie from this time, then we would be in the mid to high eights. I think 8.5. I'm going to agree with Scrodrick, actually, 8.5. Because I really do think that what was it, 7.5 or something? I think that is just polluted by the context of the movies that came out around the same time. Don Whipple, is he the guy from the Charmin commercial? Anyway, but yeah, like, no, it just stands on its own as a very good movie. It's not a perfect movie. There are pacing issues. There are editing issues. It was Nicholas Meyer's first movie, and it's not perfect. But I think the strength of the story and the strength of the writing makes up for a lot of it. Like I wouldn't normally put a movie over 8 that had this many editing flaws, but I do think it is strong enough to do it. So yeah, definitely not a 9. 8.5 is pretty good.
We are at I agree, 8.5.
Yeah, the one thing I want to do, and I was going to mention this earlier when we were talking about watching it on the big screen. I've been sort of working on a home theater room here, so I have a bigger
Right.
TV, I have nicer sound. I kind of want to go watch it in that room now.
Yeah,
just to,
go for it.
just to see. But yeah,
When our commentary comes out, you should go watch it with our commentary.
And you should watch it on the Blu-ray. Like honestly, like the Blu-ray is pretty good. Like this is DVD quality and it's kind of fuzzy, but watch it in
I'll
high
probably
def.
go buy the 4K release that they have on Prime Video
Fair enough.
because I have a 4K TV in there. So yeah.
Oh well, there you go. I have not yet taken the plunge on that, but I also don't think I have any hardware that can play 4K. So, well, anyway, this was
Molecular computer graphics. This was not molecular computer graphics, but
yeah.
This was the first Star Trek movie I'd seen, and I remember thinking there's no way they're going to keep Spock dead. And I had in my hands at the time Star Trek 3, knowing it was called The Search for Spock.
Right.
And so here's the thing. I got these movies for Christmas, and it's because the reason I got them is my dad misunderstood me. I asked for all the Star Wars movies on VHS, and somehow he thought I meant all the Star Trek movies. So he got me Star Trek 2 and 3.
Close enough, right?
I never, you know what? And I never told him that he'd gotten it wrong.
That's fine.
mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Take it easy.
Don't fuck it up.
Good night.